We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for twin flames to see what is going on for the divine feminine, for the divine masculine. Today we have a powerful Moon and Venus conjunction. The moon sometimes illuminates our inner shadows, so we're dealing with, you might have a lot of shadow work coming up around your love life, especially those on the twin flame journey, as it kind of shines a light on what you need to heal, release, and even blocks coming up in this area. So we're just going to do a quick read and see what's going on, but expect some powerful energies to reveal the subconscious blocks. You might be clearing a lot of even subconscious energies lately. Sometimes this goes down to patterns and beliefs that may be blocking us. We're going to do a good little chat on twin flames and what is going on. So especially if in separation, both twin flames are being guided to work on their own separate issues and challenges that may have come up. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the love bubble because I was writing about it this morning and posting about it on my website. So usually when you meet your twin flame, you go into the love bubble. And this is like where you recognize each other energetically and on a soul level. You know this is your person. It feels amazing. You're in bliss. You're in euphoria. You're tapping into higher enlightened states. It's even a mystical experience. And the different phases can last different lengths. It's different for everyone, and it depends on that phase of the amount of energy work that needs to be done. So what happens after that phase, it starts to fall apart. And the reason being is the twin flames cannot maintain those higher frequency. This is where the blocks come up and begin to become obvious. Maybe like for each other too, you start to notice the cracks with the person, right? Or even with yourself, or it can trigger a lot of things. And usually what happens is the twin flames are no longer in alignment, as you were very much in alignment in the love bubble, but as soon as the trauma comes to the surface, it starts to bubble up. You're no longer in alignment. Usually maybe one will distance or even run away, or you might get in a fight, or it just depends on how that goes. And then at that state, it can lead to separation, and usually does. Usually twin flames are different than most relationships as they do spaces of separation. Now in these spaces of separation, you're meant to heal individually on your own the wounds, the traumas, the blocks, and oftentimes your twin flame will amplify all of the ways that we've built walls and resistance to love. Sometimes there's a runner, not all the time, but usually they do have more blocks to work out too. It doesn't matter anyways, because there's blocks to be worked out on both sides, and the runner really is the catalyst for, we'll say, the chaser too. It doesn't matter, the roles can even be interchangeable. And then what happens is, in any of these spaces, whether you're in union or you're in this separation space and trying to get to union, you have to raise your vibrational frequency at that point, and then it's all about the inner alignment. A lot of people are focusing on the external, but it's all about healing yourself, raising your frequency, and getting back into that higher energetic alignment, and even working on your own ascension. Doesn't matter if you're with your twin flame or you're even apart. This is what you're meant to be doing. When you get into this feel good higher frequency, your twin flame will meet you back there at this space. You'll notice they come back into your reality when you're ready and when you've healed enough. Now the problem is that when you go into these separation energies, they're the most painful spaces that you have to navigate. Sometimes you don't know what's going on. You might just think it's an average breakup, but it feels much more intense, obviously. And you're going into very painful shadow aspects. Oftentimes your twin flame may leave you feeling very unlovable or something, right? Or whatever it is. And it's those unlovable shadow aspects that you need to dive into. There's a lot coming up with the process too. It'll leave you questioning life, the process, twin flame, all of it, because it's a lot of energy to handle. And this is the purification process, really, where things begin to be burned off energetically. So you go through, if you go into the separation spaces, a lot of ego death. Now your ego is a collection of, we'll say, distorted, old fear-based beliefs, old identities, 3D beliefs. Is everything of the old paradigm that we need to shift out of to really stay anchored into fifth dimensional consciousness. So if you have a fear that's come up at a certain point on the twin flame journey, or comes up, your twin flame has had that exact same fear to work out from a different angle, and that you're actually working through the same issues And sometimes things kind of get in the way of these connections of how you're seeing things too, because our ego loves to do that, or even our wounded inner child that comes up to protect us and things like that, different mechanism. So you're also left with having to face within yourself a lot of old stuff. And sometimes everyone is different, but if you pay attention, whatever's happening with your twin flame might be familiar, like you've been through it in the past, and then you know, okay, this isn't them so much triggering this emotional response. This is this emotional response being triggered because of past trauma that I've been through, and then I'm in fear that this might be the same, or things like that. Now we're in Mercury retrograde, and this is powerful for twin flames. Both are, especially if you're in separation, but for everyone, I think you're going to notice that your twin flame is on your mind, if this is even possible, even more. But you're getting clarity. And Mercury is interesting because it holds the two serpents, and the two serpents, this is Mercury's superpowers, can raise the dead and the asleep. And so that's us, right? We're trying to wake up. So Mercury retrograde will bring an awakening. And even though you're already awake, you're going to go through a lot of awakenings within your awakening. Mercury retrograde this time within the Lionsgate portal is bringing an awakening for twin flames. You're going to get a lot of clarity that if you step back, the reason why you need to do separation by yourself is that you could see how you may have sabotaged things, divine feminine on your side. It could have been insecurity. Usually it's worried that your twin flame will leave as they begin to withdraw, and it creates a panic and insecurity. And then the very thing happens, they do leave, triggering and leaving you to face a lot of abandonment, rejection. And this goes so much deeper of why the surge of emotions and purging, because you've had this happen before. Usually, and this is for both twin flames, you guys have gone through something in childhood like this, whether you were just outcast, outsider, or even straight abandonment, or issues with the family, whatever it was, it triggers that. Both twin flames take on a lot too. And then a lot of twin flames are doing a lot of deep shadow work, because this is some of the blocks that we face to love. And a lot of you guys are empaths and light workers and starseeds, so you have more shadow that to work on, because you're brighter light, more shadow. And people will say, what? You've taken on more trauma in this lifetime if you are a twin flame, so you have a lot of more to unpack. It's all about letting go of the energetic baggage, the fears and resistance to love and to this connection, all of the excuses why you think you can't be with this person or that you're not good enough for this person. So some of these things are coming up with these energies that we're in right now, especially with the moon kind of touching Venus. This is going to bring a powerful healing for your love life. It can bring a lot of patterns to the surface, behaviors, things that you need to look at within yourself. So I said continuing to work on your healing. Divine feminine, you're going through a lot of healing and having to heal whatever obstacles have come up or blocks on your side that have led to any separation issues or issues within the union. Okay, so we're going to do a reading starting for the divine feminine. This is just a general reading though, so take what resonates for your situation, but I'm always trying to dive into the twin flame collective, as I feel you guys are a part of that collective and going through a lot of the same. However, do the one-on-one phone calls on my website. You just book a reading on there. You can do them as often as you want, and they're going to help you to shift a lot. I also am an energy healer. Do more healings, clearings, and activations on my website, sparksofdivinelighthealing.com. This will help you a ton, as it's going to trigger all of your stuff, all the unresolved energies to the surface going through this. So do more energy healing work. It will help you a ton no matter what your situation. I also do twin flame coaching, which is great for you to navigate wherever you're at within the journey, especially if you're trying to heal separation issues and things like that. So make sure you guys are checking out all of the resources that I have on my website, sparksofdivinelighthealing.com. Okay, divine feminine, divine masculine, if you're watching, what's going on for the feminine collective, and direct messages from your divine feminine. I hid my true self from you because you challenged me to expand. Okay, a lot of triggers come up for both sides. And sometimes we like to avoid the triggers. One might even run from them. That's okay. Remember, the triggers, and I'm just learning this stuff, they're here to trigger. You're supposed to heal the trigger, because wherever you're being triggered, you're being triggered into a higher frequency by this person. We don't like that. We want to stay where we're at, right? Our comfort zone, right? So when you're having to heal something that's being triggered, it's actually meant to elevate you into a higher frequency. And sometimes your twin flame is kind of trying to push you into this higher frequency energetically, because it's an energy thing. And sometimes you may or may not realize that too. So healing the triggers will help you to raise your frequency, work on those things. I still feel connected to you, but I've waited too long to reach out. Is it too late for us? You might think this person is gone forever because of past connections. You need to have faith in the universe and the twin flame journey and the twin flame process. If you're in a separation, this person will reappear and come back in when you're at a better place or you're at a higher frequency. Continue to work on your frequency. A lot of times this will put you in a spin and you'll be wondering where your person is, and they are feeling everything that you're going through at the same time. So this can be intense because you know that you're purging out and releasing a lot of intense emotions, and you will start to heal and feel better. So you know that they're at the same place at the same time as you, having the exact same thoughts on the other end of it and things like that. Like, this is the interconnectedness of it on the spiritual level too, how powerful the connection is too. So you might be wondering, what's going on with this connection. I'm sorry for judging you and hurting your feelings. There's a lot of hurt feelings and hurt that needs to be cleared from this connection. Mercury retrograde is great for helping us to clear more of this congested energy or painful past. I think most of the pain is caused from separation, of losing each other or losing the connection, because it's that powerful. And what that state can put you into too, it can put you in a lot of quite the emotional state too. So there is a lot of pain, whether this was how things went, how things ended in that cycle, or even things that were said or projected upon each other or the other. I still see your smiling face in my mind's eye. I miss looking into your eyes and into your soul. Being away from you hurts like hell. I didn't realize it would be this difficult. So you're feeling a lot of painful energies, and these are just all of the ways that the problem is you go into the love bubble first and it's everything you ever wanted. It feels amazing. It's those higher frequencies, and you think you'll just stay in that space. And then when you're ripped apart and you have to go in these separations, you really have to heal yourself. And a lot of baggage comes up. It's that past baggage that's coming up too to the surface. Twin flames are going through an intense energy process too. So know that you've been through a lot of painful places within yourself. And I really feel that love bubble is to motivate you to get back there. I know, right? That's why you do it first. And then you do all the hard stuff. And it's like, okay, you had a taste of heaven and a taste of the union, because you think you're in union in the love bubble, but you didn't make it into union. It was just meeting. That's the meeting, we should call it, right? It's where you're hanging out and everything's great until the work comes up. So you pass through that work, the spaces of the work, but you're meant to come back into that love bubble for that lasting union, and it should feel just as amazing as that. So you go through that phase first to motivate you to get back there within the union too. That's why a lot of times, no matter what happens, you're always going to be focused on union with this person, and it is because of that too. I ran because I wasn't ready for you too. If you've had the masculine running or you've been running, this is your own projection of some type of fear into the connection too. Healing that within yourself will help. When you're ready for union, they will be too. They mirror what's going on within you too. Sometimes when they run, you push them away too, or push them, I don't want to say out, like you push them away in some type of way too. I can't go another day without you. I want to reach out but don't know how. Some of you guys may reach out and get no response. This can be common, especially with the runner. They might read your stuff but not really reply or not give you a lot if they are replying. Sometimes they don't respond to any of your messages, and it's like they're going about everything but you, right? And it's like they're trying to put distance in the connection. It just depends. I understand how important you are in my life. I need to work on myself. I'm trying to clear my head. And this is clearing the negative beliefs and anything negative about the connection. I know that we have a soul connection. I'm telepathically connecting with you all of the time. So you're going to notice on the higher, especially in the absence, I think that's what it teaches you, because if they're there, you wouldn't be connecting on that level. You're going to get a lot of messages, insights, downloads. This could be glimpses of things that have happened or yet to happen within the connection. You'll pick up on things about their side, what they're going through. You'll get insights, whether it is downloads, tapping in, because both twins are very psychic. This could be your dreams and just ways that you're connecting. Could be tarot messages right here, that you're getting some type of messages that you are connecting and tapping in, so you can kind of tell what is going on, especially as we're navigating the collective energies. Like today's energies are super moon Venus energies, and that is the connection that I have with my own twin flame, as they're a very moon sign. They're Cancer moon sign, and I'm all Venus. Like, they have a lot of Venus too in their chart. They have a lot of Libra like me, and I'm a lot of Taurus. So I know when I came together with this connection, and I was being reminded of this morning when I was looking at the astrology, this can be intense, not for the moon person, but for the Venus person, right? Because this is going to illuminate all of those wounds around love and baggage. And the problem is that they weren't first created with the twin flame. We come into these connections like that because by the time, oftentimes when people meet their twin flame or are ready to come into union, you've already done your karmic past, and this is where it can get a little confusing. But you sometimes are holding a lot of wounds from traumas, painful experiences, things you haven't quite unpacked. You think you have, until they get triggered to the surface. And it just kind of depends on what you're still carrying around energetically. And oftentimes it's all energetic, so we think we're healed, but we have a lot within our energy body still. And as twin flames come together, you begin to, exchange energies, and this is like all your files you thought you got rid of, but they're coming up, some of the memories and things like that, to heal and to clear more. And so, you might have these little reminders of the connection. Astrology can help us a ton with the different types of connections and give you a lot of clues and things like that. So when I was doing the astrology this morning, I was seeing a lot of things that pertain to me and my stuff, and that's okay, but you're going to get little reminders of them or learn more, even if it's after the fact, about the connection and things like that. You're always seeing these little reminders of it. So moon and Venus energy is amazing for illuminating. The moon will shine a light on what Venus, the Venus people, need to heal today. Higher forces are trying to guide us together. I didn't feel good enough for you and knew I had more work to do. And your twin flame will have a funny way of never making you feel good enough, right? Our destinies are intertwined. Just as the universe brought us together, it pulled us apart. And this is the bigger forces of the universe we're dealing with. This whole journey was for us to find our way back to each other. My soul recognizes yours and longs to be with you. This separation is temporary. Please be patient with me. Okay, so you're at a crossroads. I made a joke this morning, like checking in from twin flame separation limbo, and like this will be what you need to heal too. But sometimes you're at a crossroads. This could be, some of you are awakening and you're exiting the matrix, which is the 3D, and you're shifting into the 5D, right? And you got to go through the whole 4 to get there. So that's the bigger crossroads. This could be between the material path and the spiritual path. This could be between twin flame separation and union that you're navigating. So this is like you're kind of in between, we'll say. And this could be like you have a lot of choices. Make sure you're following your intuition. You have your own unique path to navigate. If you are twin flame, you've been made aware of that, so you understand how to navigate this course. And you guys knew that. A lot of times people will, in the runner phase, deny the connection. I've done that. My flame's done that. And this is part of the ego, right? Comes up. But you actually know from day one what it is with this person. But I always feel, this isn't for everyone, but I feel it comes up later, right? In separation, of questioning things more, denying the connection. So you both do know the connection, and you've been made aware of it. And the reason why is so that you understand this is a lot of hardcore healing, removing of blocks, obstacles, what you have to go through to do this union. And so you're made aware of that. Okay, you might have a runner situation. This might be ways when you have the external runner, usually DM, but it could be DF too. We see that too a lot of times. Just depends. This is you trying to avoid the healing work. Sometimes, especially if you're in that chaser energy, pull back and sit with yourself and the painful areas that are being triggered, because this is why we have the external runner, because you're avoiding going into some of these aspects. Diving deep into your healing, that'll help with this. Okay, open up to receive during this time. This is like, sometimes some of you guys are really giving and overpouring and coming up drained and depleted, and when people are trying to help you, you have a hard time. I don't need anything, I'm fine, right? Opening up to an even flow. So especially in toxic childhoods, And twin flames they will mirror the same childhood that you had, and this is why you have the same wounds and core wounds being triggered. So in childhood, a lot of times we have been taught to take care of our parents. It's all about them emotionally, or it's all about them, like with toxic parents and the toxic families that all twin flames are coming out of. And so this has made you a little bit of the empath, but also maybe a little bit codependent, where you're putting other people's needs past yours and coming up drained and empty and things like that. Make sure you're in a good flow of energy. You need to change your perception. We have a lot of false beliefs that are coming up, the ego, that have constructed about this connection, about love in general, and things like that. Really heal that. Make sure you're taking time by yourself in solitude. Enjoy it. If you're in silence, and this could be, I say twin flame silent treatment, which hurts you more than anything you'll ever go through. It's not like other connections, but a lot of people go through that if there is the runner, and that's it. And if you're in that space, take that space to really grow. This is where you really do your deepest work, and you might come to appreciate that silence, and maybe you needed it too. And this will help you a lot, right? It won't be optional anyway, but you can use that silence to really work on yourself and to sit with yourself and to pay attention to your thoughts, so you can get rid of the deeper blocks, which are around your thoughts and the subconscious and how you're seeing things too. You're going to be in union. So some of you guys are already in union, or some of you guys are working towards union. Even in separation, you're working towards union. You're going through a really deep transformation. So just know that, you're going through a huge breakthroughs. Every time that you go through a purge, you're going through a huge breakthrough, and you're clearing a block. The bigger purges, the bigger breakthroughs that you're making. You're letting go of these blocks for both of you too. So you're going through a lot on an energy level. Connect with the energies of the moon. That's what we're doing today. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you've been feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. Connecting with the energies of the moon is what we're doing today too, for a lot of healing. So we have a lot of moon energies today. Inspiration. Be prepared, as you'll soon receive a visit from the fairy of inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. Pay attention to the downloads, the insights, and the deeper inspiration that you're getting too from this connection. You're going to get, as you're unblocking yourself more and more and shifting into higher frequencies, you're going to get a lot of creative ideas, downloads, insights, higher awareness. And twin flames came here to serve the collective and to do a mission. So sometimes if you guys aren't doing that, you end up in separation, because it's all about that. This is like the ultimate power couple dream team that comes together to help the collective together, not even just separate. You might do that too. Magical blessings. Whatever you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. The fairies say you can bless others too. So it's all about using that twin flame energy. Even if you're in a separation, you're not in union, you have access to that beautiful twin flame energy. Divine feminine, you can channel and harness that energy for yourself. It is powerful. It will heal so many people. That energy. Okay, we have a lot of cards coming through right here. I know I'm a little unorganized today, right? All right, we're going to do a lot of cards. Some of these are your masculine. Doesn't surprise me. A lot of them are. Okay, you have a lot of options. This is like multiple possibilities, daydreaming, fantasizing, illusions, wishful thinking, and opportunities. Make sure you're not getting hung up on thinking there's better options. There's never a better option than your twin flame. Sometimes we think we could go pick better. This is who the divine has picked for you in this lifetime. And sometimes we get stuck and hung up in the matrix. This is like thinking the grass is greener on the other side. like you might be a little bit confused with this process. You're meant to stay committed, and you'll say, well, wait a minute, I have to move through spaces of solitude, spaces by myself to get back into reunion and union. Yes, you do. But you're also thinking about this person a lot. You're daydreaming about them. You're fantasizing about them. They're on your mind all the time, let's face it. And if you're wondering if they're thinking of you, they are the same. All right, so we have the divine masculine coming through. They want to make peace with the situation. If there was a fight, conflict, or argument, they can't handle that. They want to make up with you. So maybe there was some type of challenge, argument, something that happened. They want to have a peaceful resolution. They want you back, but they don't want any of the conflict or argument or the drama that can happen going into separation. There's probably some type of conflict or argument that may have happened, because the energy can get like that. You're being tested, but you're also being guided by the angels and archangels. So this is like you're being tested. Universe is triggering you on purpose to see how healed and ready you are for this union. You might think you're ready, but if your twin flame is still triggering you, you're not ready. And so you might notice this person has triggered you a lot in the separation. You're going to know when you're done with the separation before you're done with it, because you're no longer triggered by this person. You feel nothing but love. You've worked through all of the triggers and things that were bothering you about this person. Sometimes in separation, you'll like see their profile picture, them hanging out with other people will really trigger you, but you've moved past that and it doesn't bother you anymore. And in fact, you're seeing, you know, the big picture of things too. So this is like you're in a space of inner calm or needing to manifest that inner calm. This is where you get with the healing. You're going to feel, and I have so many people, me feeling that now, but I have a lot of people that tell me that I work with, they feel no longer triggered by the experience and they're feeling peace. Great if it happens, great if it doesn't, feeling great about it. You know, they're feeling that vibe of it, and then you know you're ready and things start to move fast. We have the Chariot, but in reverse. This can represent water sign. Usually it's my Cancer card too, so it's the Moon card. But this is in reverse. You might feel like your power is zapped, your energy zapped, your willpower. This is solar plexus energy. You're needing to let go of the wheel and surrender to the universe. You might be trying to control things too much. You need to kind of just let go. You've been blocked by obstacles, loss of control. You might feel it's outer circumstances, how things went. This is what twin flames face, and you might have got frustrated as there were delays, blocks, obstacles, circumstances, and challenges past your control. Oftentimes when twin flames meet, they can't just be together. I mean, sometimes you can, but right, like, okay. But even separations, we can look at as a being blocked by the universe. We don't always think that. We'll usually think it's the other person. But however, there are obstacles that need to be cleared on a solar plexus level too. Needing to really take back your power, getting out of any victim mindset, blaming, shaming, things like that, getting out of the lower chakras of it. This is meant to be an upper chakra connection. So solar plexus healing, that's inner child stuff, right? Healing your inner child and taking back your power. Okay, so we have Page of Swords. Once again, Divine Masculine coming through. This is in reverse, though. They might have been defensive and cold and sarcastic, lacking clear communication. There might be no communication or not clear communication. They might have been kind of negative with you. Things can be said out of anger. This is the ego getting in the way. Past the ego, your souls are already in union and trying to manifest this on a physical level with this person. So we have a block here with the masculine, too. Okay, we're going to get some movement moving forward. We're going to have communication. So if there hasn't been a lot, like if there's been no communication, and once again, this is 8 of Wands, but it's in reverse. So you might be in a space of no communication, but you're going to see some slow progress. You might feel like there's been delays, lack of movement, canceled plans, canceled trips, losing momentum, but you have unfinished business with this person. It might not have been the right timing. We don't want to hear that, but that's what separation is. It wasn't time yet. There was more to be worked out too. And so this is like showing Divine Feminine might feel a little frustrated on their side, but if you flip that mirror around and you start to really do that deeper inner work, you're going to notice you had some problems and things to heal too. 7 of Pentacles, your masculine, they've been working hard, and this does represent Earth or Taurus sign as well too. But this is like hard work about to pay off. This is them working on their manifestations, and this person is a hard worker. They're going to be successful. They might be very focused on work, but this is also my manifesting card. They're also manifesting union. They're doing what it takes to put in the work on their side, whether you're seeing that or not. And even if you think they're not working on the connection, when they're working on themselves, they are working on this connection more that you know. And, you know, I always say, so they are working on that deeper alignment with themselves. They're tending to their goals and manifestations. They're also manifesting you, Divine Feminine. They very much see their future with you. Even if they've had to do some soul searching on that, they know that they want that future with you. So we have a lot of manifesting energy still in the air. We're in the Lion's Gate porthole. So this is powerful for manifestation too. We'll say the rest of the week, right? Even till the 12th, but we're going to peak on the 8th. So we have a lot of powerful energy, a lot of powerful alignments coming at us. We want to be tapping into these energies too, for sure. Okay, so we're going to do a reading for the Divine Masculine. See where they're at. Same with the retrograde too. They're having their feminine on their mind a ton with this retrograde. All right, so we're going to do masculine collective. Divine Feminine, if you're watching, direct messages from your masculine. I wish I could take back the hurtful things I said. It was wrong to take out my frustration on you. Both twin flames said a lot of things that were not great, triggered and out of anger, and it very hurt the other deeply. Now, you can see that like a karmic mirror. Whoever started at first just probably got it back around too. And this is painful, right? So a lot of things have been cleared and resolved without even realizing it by some of the things that have, it's like a potato. One person has a fear, throws it at the other, and the other kind of throws it back like a hot potato, right? Like, okay, not realizing that it starts out as fear projection, but then can, get in the way. There's been things that have gotten in the way of the connection. Divine Masculine also feels bad for their side. I'm confused about what I should do about my feelings for you. This person may have tried to detach from their feelings from you, but the problem is we can stuff them inside, distract ourselves. These feelings come up. They may have tried to disconnect from you or the Divine Feminine in the connection, but the feelings are surfacing and they have to deal with them. They have to resolve them. This is where you guys shift into reunion energies, when they're able to have that alone time to face their feelings and to figure out that they do love you and how they feel about you. This will be the game changer. I feel like I don't know who I am anymore. I couldn't handle my true feelings for you, so I kept you as a friend and nothing more. Some of you guys have been friend zoned or even broken up with. It just kind of depends, or in separation with this person, that they couldn't handle the overwhelm of the energy and their feelings. I want you to see the real me now. I've been hiding from our love for too long. They might be distant, hiding. I call it hiding runner, right? Hiding from the connection as well too, but this affects them a lot too. I couldn't go against my family to be with you. We know this is huge too. And sometimes it's not even the physical family, it's just family programming in their head, right? And I always say this, like, sometimes some of you guys are a little too enmeshed or intertwined with your family, like thinking you can't leave their side. It's like, okay, okay, right. All right. Or it could just be family childhood beliefs too that have been instilled in you and ingrained in you. Those are the triggers from the family too, and things like that. At a certain point, especially with spiritual awakening, it helps us to heal family issues so that we can detach from the family a little bit. Not trying to, because it's very karmic, our families, and painful. So the more we stay immersed and stuck in the family, we continue to hurt ourselves, and we can't go very far. We stay in the 3D reality. Our families are all in the 3D. And so the more we're in that world, we're in the 3D world. Sometimes we have to detach and go into our own realities higher up in the 5D, and this can be hard because we do have to let go of or love our families from a distance. Twin flames are meant to go have their own families. This is where the Jesuses and the Buddhas like the the Horuses come into the world, right? Where you guys are meant to actually go have your own families. And when you have children, not in karmic connections, so all of us, most of us were born from karmic unions, and we know they have a lot of problems, right? So after you heal yourself and you go have children, some of you will, not everyone, but some of you guys go have children with your twin flame, you will have higher consciousness children. And this is how Jesus came about too, because they were at a certain level of enlightenment. So when you reach a certain level of enlightenment and you have children, these will be the new earth kids and very powerful too. So just know that too with the family. So some type of family issues being worked out. Okay, so what usually happens is masculine has bad boundaries with the family. I see that a lot, right? Oh my God, you'll end up the little playing the kid role. Okay, you have bad boundaries. So sometimes in separations, I've noticed this on my side, I've gotten brought back to the family every time, and I know my masculine has too. And it's so you can get boundaries and to heal something there, because if family or outsiders were blocking the union, then it's something that needs to be resolved as a block. So if in separation you notice you're around your family a lot, oh my God, it's so that you can have better boundaries with the family, so that you can get past that obstacle. And this is people telling you what to do and who you can date, or friends, family, and things like that. And I know like, right? Okay, so you can have better boundaries so that you can resolve these blocks that are holding you back, and even in the way of union too. So I do notice that too. Every single separation that I have done, I have been guided back to my own kind of family stuff, and I know that's where my flame ends up too. I'm afraid that I've lost you forever. I've been working on myself. I really do care, even though I don't show it. So this person could have put on, I call it the facade or the mask, that they don't care. They care so much. And maybe something that you realize after the fact, that they've gone through all of that pain, that you have divine feminine too. They do care. This is about the masculine needing to open up for support of the feminine, and it might have been the game changer. I wish you were here with me. I should have fought for you. sometimes the ego fights against you, and that's what causes the problems instead of, with you side by side, right? We have enough that we have to take on, the elite, right? I'll start throwing it out there. The whole world going to crap, right? All of it. This is what twin flames are here for. Just a reminder that you guys are here for all of this happening outside of ourselves. You guys should be making your relationship as that love bubble, safe space, so that you can help with everything happening on the planet during this time. You're going to be called to, whether you are yet or will be in the future. Close my eyes and feel my energy around you. I'm with you all of the time. So even in separation, know you've never left each other. My soul was made with yours at the beginning of time. I searched for you in every lifetime. This is a deep past life connection. This is why it triggers all of our past stuff in this lifetime too. I long for you in a way only you would get. And I think only each flame will understand that emotion and feeling that you both feel for each other. It's very, very deep. The intensity of, doesn't matter if you're apart or not, then you're just fighting it. The longing and wanting to be together. Our soul came from the same galaxy, starseed lovers. And you guys will notice you have the same astrology where you come from, right? Like I noticed that about me and my twin flame. We have a lot of the same starseed astrology. So this indicates, doing those lifetimes in these places together. You lit a fire in me I can't explain. All right, this is your twin flame, and you know that. You know this is meant to be your life partner, your companion. This is your person. Something's going to happen in the winter, but this represents feeling out in the cold. The masculine feels out in the cold. They are missing your energy. They're missing your love. And, some of them might have thought the grass was greener on the other side, but it was more about being triggered by the connection. And they're feeling that. They might have been cold to you too, but left out in the cold. All right, memories. They're reliving a lot of past memories about you, Divine Feminine, but also painful past memories from their childhood and past that this is triggered. It triggers a lot of truths we don't want to see about the past, childhood, and things like that. They're healing some attachments to the past too. This is to their own past trauma that they've been through, and they're releasing it and letting it go. But they're also thinking about you, Divine Feminine, and the beautiful memories with you. Okay, they're in a rest right now, in a pause. They're stepped back. They're waiting for a sign. I said they're waiting for the green light to come towards you, or they're watching you to make sure that you're healed enough, Divine Feminine, on your journey too. They've been there the whole time waiting for you too. So even if you feel there's some type of separation, this person has been committed to you in the twin flame journey, whether you realize that or not. All right, home. I love this. This is like being secure in the connection. You're being guided to be more secure within this connection. It will help your Divine Feminine feel more secure too. You guys are at home with each other. Wherever you guys are, you could make your home. It doesn't matter. This is home and being at home with each other. So this might be, I talk about buying your house together. Like some of you guys have never been homeowners and you have a house with each other that you'll buy, and it will take you to that level. And you might have rented homes with your karmics, but you didn't buy a home with them, right? So you'll buy a home with this person, or I know some of them, like masculine, they've bought a home and they want the feminine to move in, right? Or vice versa. It depends on, some of you guys might have different, like if one of you guys has a lot of money, the other might not have a lot of money, and it's okay, things will even out. But this is things around home and building a home together. These things will be worked out. The universe will make sure you have what you need to do that. Protect your energy right now, Divine Masculine. Some of you guys have gone into the matrix. I don't know how, like back to your old lives and friends and family. And all those things are really draining, and you know that. Protect your energy where you're at. Your Divine Feminine was trying to help you to protect your energy and to shield your energy, like teaching you to do higher level energy work and things like that. Some of them, it depends. But the fairies of protection are shielding you with a magic fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. Some of you guys are noticing that your Divine Feminine was helping you a lot within the spiritual, and if pulled back or in separation, you don't have that same energy protecting you anymore. Flourish. The Lotus Flower Fairy tells you to learn from any experience, shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. So you're getting more clarity on all of this and your twin flame path. It's like you go into separation, it's the darkness and it feels terrible and it's a lot of pain. But what happens is you get to the light at the end of the tunnel and union becomes possible again. You're at that space of getting clarity moving forward. Magical gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown, yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. And this is going into the unknown. And I was looking at, not yet, but we have a Juno alignment in a couple of days. I think it's the 9th, so right after the 8-8 porthole, still in the Lion's Gate. And this is like relationship contracts, but this also rules twin flame, so this is a big one too, this week's energy, right? And I feel that some of these, let's call them asteroid placements, are very important to your love life. Number one, Chiron. We're doing that too right now. That's your wound, so this is going to play an important part, because it's your wound you experience all of this life, but in past lives it goes very far back. So that's important to relationships, right? And so is Juno, because it's going to tell you about if you're going to get married, what kind of relationship you're going to have, but it's also going to tell you about your twin flame experience. And so I know that I was Juno retrograde, I believe, in my chart, so this kind of affects things, right? And I know my flame with his sign, it was like in Sagittarius, and this indicates travel, that their twin flame obviously is probably going to be in another country, another place, or far away, and that is going to require them to travel. And that is what I was kind of tapping into for the unknown, because you have to go into the unknown, and this is what we have to pass through to go to these higher levels. And so sometimes spiritual awakening is almost like a physical death, that we have to let go of our friends and family and our whole old life. And usually it can take people decades to do that work, and to do that work and let go of your old attachments to the earth realm, and you completely let go of your earthly attachments and you experience enlightenment. And then oftentimes you're having to travel. You'll see travels through awakening to different places. Maybe you move, you get a new home, and you go through that process of letting go of people and jobs, and you end up in these travels. So you're having to really trust your guidance, Divine Masculine, and to step into the unknown. And this twin flame relationship may have been playing an important role in your awakening and trying to motivate you to do that, but some were resisting out of ego, even though that this is the real deal. This is your twin flame and you know it. This is a powerful love connection. So you felt that love and you feel that love right off the bat. And if you'd done a lot more work, you stayed in the love bubble a little bit longer, and you felt that, but then the fear kicks up and the trauma. The ego gets afraid because you opened up so fast. Okay, so we have the Lovers. This is going to come into union. Some of you guys are in union, some of you guys are close to union, and some of you guys are working towards union. Doesn't matter where you're at. This is a deep love, and it's going to feel so good when you guys are shifting into reunion and union at these spaces, or getting fully there. Okay, so Ace of Cups. And this is letting go of repressed emotions. These are blocking things. You have a tendency to try to disconnect, detach, and repress your own emotions. And this is affecting things because you've been blocking things with this. And it's blocking that new beginning, because when we have that ace energy, it's the new beginning and, restart energy. But we have emotions that are blocking it. You're dealing with a lot of old emotions. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups. And this is kindness and compassion. Your Divine Feminine loves you unconditionally, but sometimes you have a hard time loving yourself that way. They're willing to overlook everything and love you. And I know you love them like that too with Twin Flame, but this is like, this person is very empathic, so it could have gotten intense energy, especially if they can read you really good, and you would be too. So the energy might have gotten too intense as you guys were focusing on each other. So we have the Page of Pentacles, and this is continuing to work on your finances right now. This is like money. Someone texted me a twin flame this morning that they were working on their finances and other things. So when you're not with your twin flame especially, or even with them, you try to get the other areas of your life sorted so that when you come into union, it's healthier, because sometimes we have issues, right? Okay, whatever areas of your life you need to heal, but this is representing money in some type of way. You've been going through a tower moment because of this connection. This is unexpected change, upheavals. It's just shock to the system. This is the soul shock that you've been through. Separation puts us in soul shock and things like that. This is divine intervention. So sometimes runner is ego taking over, right? Oh my God, and going to do what you want in your own thing, but divine intervention steps in. And this is through the angel numbers, signs, synchronicities. Can't get the person off your mind. Your heart begins to come through. So this is clearing away also. We talked about this for the Divine Feminine. You're clearing away ego, false beliefs, so that you can open up to love. All the ways that you've convinced yourself that you can't do love, you're not worthy of it, whatever. Clearing those things. So you might be going through that. I was telling someone the other day that I was talking to, they were going through something, and I said everything in your outer world is a manifestation of what is going on with you within. So you might be having a lot of changes hit you, or a lot of things hit you, and I like to think of the tower as sometimes this negative energy, but it's cataclysing energy, where you've had a lot coming up for you lately. Okay, so we have the Four of Swords. You've been going through a big period of solitude too, and now you're coming out of isolation and recovery. You're awakening. You're getting your mental strength back. You might have been going through some type of mental health stuff, a lot of the negative thoughts and the healing work, it's intense for you to go. This is getting back into the game. So you've been through an intense healing phase. This could mean for a lot of you guys coming into reunion and being ready and knowing that your divine feminine has gone through all of that energy clearing and letting go and realizing the mistakes and everything that you've had to go through, and to face those layers of yourself, ego, shadow, all of that too. So you didn't do this alone, even though you'll feel alone, because it's like you were just in such a period of isolation. It could be hermit energy or healing energy, right? And so a lot of you guys are ready to get back in the game, and this means reunion and union with your twin flame. You guys are going to know that you're ready, and you're going to, I don't want to say back, because your twin flame's never where you left them. If you did do, right? You're going to go find them where they are, right? And like you'll think you left them back there and you're over here, and they are not back there. They're over here with you. They've been doing that same work, right? Trekking the same path. They're parallel paths. So a lot of times people are like, oh, where's my flame back there? No, they've had to trek along too, and they're at that same space as you, just parallel. And so then you'll see you both have been through a lot of changes to get into this union. The universe has been taking you through some hardcore boot camp when you guys are in separation, so that you can heal the distortions and problems that created the separation, or wounds that come up blocking it, or whatever's happened. You both have had to work out your own issues so that you can come into union for real this time too. So we have this masculine energy of you guys are kind of getting restless in the hermit energy, and some of you guys have tried to go do single life, and it's not for you. The partying, the booze, the drugs, the alcohol, the casual sex, the karmics, right? Okay, I know, right? Oh, okay. And especially if you thought the grass was greener on the other side and you tried to go back to that, that you prefer the twin flame union love bubble and making your own little universes with this person, because it's spiritual enlightenment and spiritual awakening, and it's much different, right? It's way different. It's like healing energy, because your divine feminine has a lot of healing energy that you need, or has helped you, or it will elevate you, as opposed to where you turn to, because masculine turns to the family and the friends and the gossip and things like that. But this does not satisfy your soul, and after having that taste of love bubble, you just want to get back there too, and it too. But there's been a lot of hurt that's come up in the way, and that's why those spaces were needed, to heal that hurt, so both could reflect and not make the same mistakes again too. So you're at this space where you're ready for reunion if you're in a separation, or maybe you've been in union and taking a little bit of time for yourselves too. Okay, I'm going to go on that note, but I do have activations up for today. And then, of course, for the 8-8 and the 8-9, I know I have stuff up on my website for that too. I made sure to update my shop this morning too, so anything in my shop is always good. And I should have some new stuff up. Make sure you guys are checking out my website. Make sure you're using this energy of the Lion's Gate to do more energy healing work. Someone was asking me, and I'm like, to raise your frequency, heal your traumas, let go of the blocks, right? A lot of this is energetic. So make sure you guys are doing some more healings. You want to take advantage of the energies of the 8-8 portal and even the Lion's Gate portal. Have a beautiful day. Around on my website if you need me.